we're coming on the air with breaking news. It has to do with golf superstar Tiger Woods, who has been injured in a serious car accident in Palos Verdes, California.
This is our breaking news. Tiger Woods has been involved in a serious car crash.
Tiger Woods was involved in a major accident this morning in LA County.
Every golf fan was thrilled for the Masters tournament this year, and most of the excitement came from waiting for Tiger Woods' epic return at Augusta National. Unfortunately, all our hopes were shattered after seeing how his highly anticipated return turned into something very sour for the all-time golf champion. Even though Woods is one of those athletes who's had more injuries than we can count, it seems like his health is seriously deteriorating now. Hey guys, welcome back to Golf 365, where we fill you in on the latest golf news. In this video, we're talking about Tiger Woods' devastating injury, updates, and everything he and his caddy have been hiding from us. So, is it time for Woods to put his golf club up on the shelf? Will we ever see him back at Augusta again? Let's find out. First up, what really happened to Woods at the Masters? There's no denying that Woods' golf career has been nothing short of a roller coaster ride. All his highs made him world champion with 82 all-time PGA wins, including 15 majors. But unfortunately, the lows gave him unexpected injuries, surgeries, and devastating pain. And yes, that's exactly what happened at the 2023 Masters. After taking the course, Woods suddenly withdrew from the tournament right before the final round. At first, we thought he had to leave because of some new, unexplained injury. But later, our favorite golfer tweeted that he was suffering from stabbing pain due to a re-aggravation of his plantar fasciitis. Now, if you're not a medical expert like us, you might find those words somewhat scary. What does plantar fasciitis even mean? Well, it's actually a pretty common medical condition. 1 in 10 Americans experience plantar fasciitis, which causes extreme pain in your feet and heels. Plantar fascia is a small band of tissue that connects the balls of your feet down to the heels. And if you stand on your feet a lot, like athletes, you could experience plantar fasciitis. Now, back to Tiger Woods. Even though we thought he just withdrew from the tournament due to his pain, there was actually more to the story. Shortly after the exit, Woods went through an unexpected ankle surgery. And get this, it wasn't because of plantar fasciitis. So, the big question is, what's the real injury that forced Woods out of Augusta? Well, on April 19th, we found out that the pro golfer went through a procedure called subtalar fusion, which is an ankle fusion surgery. Unfortunately, this was his left ankle. And if you've seen Woods lately, then you might have noticed the way he's always limping while he walks. Ever since that destructive car crash in 2021, Woods has consistently had some trouble with his left leg. In fact, after the crash, he even acknowledged that he doesn't have a whole lot left in his right leg. This new and unexpected procedure was done to repair his talus bone. This bone is located in the lower ankle joint, and of course, Woods has even fractured this bone once in the past. This time, he needed his second surgery to address some post-traumatic arthritis in the bone. Sounds scary, right? Well, if we were Tiger Woods, we'd really be questioning the decision to continue playing professionally. Golf is quite a demanding sport, and with a left leg that barely works, it becomes much more difficult to play. But before the Masters, it seemed like Woods was pretty excited to be back. Just before the tournament, his caddy, Joe LaCava, let us in on some pretty big secrets. In fact, he even said that if it wasn't for the Masters, then the legendary golfer might not be playing at all. According to Joe, Tiger Woods is pretty banged up. He still has the power, the swing speed, the shots, and the length to contend. His injury is clearly devastating, but if he could take a cart, then he'd contend at the Masters. It sounded like Woods was up and ready to be back at Augusta. After all, it's one of his favorite places to compete. Unfortunately, we all know how that story ended. Maybe you shouldn't always just power through the pain, even though you're a professional athlete. Wait, scratch that. We meant to say don't power through the pain, especially if you're a professional athlete. Back in February 2021, Woods went through a traumatic car crash in Los Angeles. After that, his right leg was severely injured, and still, he came back to compete at the 2022 Masters, which was only 14 months after the accident. Joe also added that ever since that accident, Woods hasn't participated in a lot of tournaments. He said that it obviously affected him physically, but it also got to him mentally because he's grinding to block out the pain. According to Joe, this is the first time he's seeing Woods try so hard to block it out mentally, and he thinks that it's probably messing with his head a little bit too. And get this, Woods has already hinted that the 2023 Masters might have been his last. Does this mean we'll never see golf legend Tiger Woods at the Masters again? During a pre-tournament discussion, he said that after the 2021 accident, he wasn't able to process whether or not he could make a comeback. After all, he suffered some super severe injuries that made it difficult for him to even walk, let alone play golf. When a reporter asked about his future participation in the Masters, all he said was, quote, "I don't know how many more I have in me." Talking about his 25 24th Masters in 2022, Woods admitted that he wasn't sure if he'd ever come back to compete in such a hilly golf course. Still, the 5-time champion played to his fullest at the event and ended up finishing T47. Later, when he talked about the experience of coming back to play, he said that he didn't know if he was going to play again at that time. He also said that for some reason, everything kind of came together and he pushed it a little bit and was able to make the cut, which was pretty nice. Since then, he's had several surgeries on his leg and back, and it's safe to say that his ongoing health issues are now affecting his mobility. In one interview, he said, quote, "I've said to you guys before, I'm very lucky to have this leg. It's mine. Yes, it has been altered and there's some hardware in there, but it's still mine. It has been tough and will always be tough." Knowing that the unexpected injuries have changed his golf career forever, he also admitted that the ability and endurance of his leg going forward will never be the same. Now let's answer the big question. Is Woods giving up golf for good? Tiger Woods already has 5 green jackets in his career. He's considered one of the most successful golfers in the modern era, and many fans even refer to him as the greatest of all time. Even though we'd be upset to see him leave, it wouldn't be surprising to see him say goodbye to golf sooner or later. For now, we're closing in on the PGA Championship during the weekend of May 18 to 21, and Woods isn't participating in the second major of the season. We also haven't heard any major updates about his recovery since the ankle surgery last month, but it's safe to assume he's still resting and recovering at home. After a surgery like that, he probably has to keep the weight off his foot and keep wearing a boot or cast for anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks. Considering how he's had several injuries in his feet and ankles before, Woods will probably keep resting until mid-July. Now, the US Open is scheduled for June, so we aren't expecting to see him there. After that, the Open Championship starts July 17. Even if he gets the boot off by then, he still has to recover and train enough to be fit for hours of walking and golfing. And if we're being honest with you guys, then that sounds quite unlikely. However, we can't forget that this is Tiger Woods we're talking about. That means the impossible can always become possible. But still, after seeing him in visible pain at the Masters, we don't expect him to make a fast return this time. So when will he be back on the greens? The Open is the last major this year, and if he takes all of them off, then he may not return at all for the rest of the year. In fact, it might even take a full year off to make sure he's recovered properly. Seeing that he didn't participate in the Players' Championship last year and is only focused on playing majors, the earliest we might see him back on the greens could be in December. That's right, the Hero World Challenge is in December, and Woods hosts that every year. There's also a small chance that we don't see him return until next year's Masters, but that all depends on how quickly he recovers. Either way, we just hope to see him in good health very soon. And that's a wrap for this video. Do you think Tiger Woods will make a comeback to golf, or are his golfing days long gone? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content like this. And hey, enough talk about the best pro golfer. Do you know who are the worst pro golfers to ever win a tournament? Watch this video to find out.